Hey guys, Arthur Pavliska here. You're living on Hawaiʻi Island Realtor. We are going to do a little bit of a deep dive here, looking into what sold today. We're going to get started here shortly. Now, of course, this is for educational reasons. Of course, by the time you're watching this, more properties would have sold and the market would have moved on. So if you have any questions about this particular property or want to get an evaluation of what is currently available, where your property may be priced, or what prices and what properties are currently active, go ahead and send me a message. Click the like button below, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, what we see here on the page currently, and you're looking at my computer screen, is the MLS, the Multiple Listing Service. Every day they come out with a list of activity. Now you will see this includes properties that are contingent, properties that have sold, properties that are currently under contract, and new listings. So what we're going to take a look at is what is going to give us the most accurate bellwether of where the current real estate market is. So we're going to take a look at properties that have sold. Now let's just randomly pick one out. Here is a property that sold for $330. It is a residence. Pulling that up, you can see that this is in Volcano National Park. It is listed at $330,000. It is sold at $330,000 with an FHA mortgage. This is a 528 square foot home on 3 acres with 1 bedroom. This is in the Fern Forest Vacation Estates neighborhood. Coming in, let's take a look at this actual property. You see driving up, you have gravel. Now this particular area of Volcano is mostly lava, very uneven, and ohia forest. So to get the property to look like this, you have to come in with large equipment, break up all of that rock, level it down, grade it down, and then come in with cinder to fill in to have that nice even look. So quite a lot of money, as you can see in this picture, has been spent to get the property this level. The property itself, you can see, has a front lanai or porch to it. A little building there to the back. Coming forward, just another view there of the front. You see it has a screened-in porch. They put some decorative elements along the front. Coming in, nice big windows, lots of sunshine. There is some staging in this photograph that may very well be the existing owner's furnishings or maybe belong to the realtor or to a second staging company. Coming around to the kitchen, you see a nice bright white cabinet, newer stainless steel appliances. This looks like a solid surface countertop with the same material here behind the backsplash, fairly common in kitchen design here in East Hawaii. More views of that. A beautiful undermount stainless steel sink. A gooseneck style commercial style faucet. Now you will notice in the last picture there's a dish drying rack. A lot of smaller homes here do not have dishwashers. There is a built-in vent hood. Something tells me that's circulating. Other clients may choose to do a coordinating microwave here just to save a little countertop space. That's certainly something you can do after the fact once you purchase the home. Coming through, you see the bedroom. They have a tropical feel in the ceiling fan with the palm style blades on it. Nice big windows looking out. Fairly standard grade closet doors that bifold, that slide. Once again, lots of sunshine. That same solid surfacing comes into the bathroom with an undermount sink and a single faucet. I actually have that particular faucet in my own home because it has less cleaning to do. There's not the two handles and all the areas for crud to build up. That same white cabinetry from the kitchen. You know, very clean, very neat. A step up from basic. Beautifully trimmed and painted, very fresh looking. This home was built in 2024. Coming out onto that front lanai. Once again, some just decorative elements on the exterior of the home. That front lanai. Now, various parts of the country may call this a porch. Here we call these a lanai. It can or be screened in or simply open air. And a security screen door entering into the space with some decorative elements either side, showing some of the native jungle around the property. This particular property does have a fenced-in area. You can see this has all been leveled and graded and ready for planting. Now keep in mind, once you get below the surface on this particular property, there are going to be an amalgamation of big rocks and small rocks because they busted up, once again, all the lava. You can see in this picture, the ground has a nice graded surface to it because they have filled in all the large and smaller rocks and then put some cinder down and perhaps some soil from what it looks like in this picture. Now, this is fairly common in many smaller homes here in Hawaii or many old-style homes in Hawaii. You will see the washer and dryer on the exterior of the home. This can serve two different functions. One, it keeps from utilizing or have to utilize interior space for the function of washing and drying, but also because it is very warm and humid here. So it eliminates having a washer and a heating element as well in the home, where it's going to generate more humidity for you. This is the catchment tank. Now you can see here from the picture they have poured a concrete ring that the tank is actually sitting on. The tank is steel. Ideally, eventually you want to get this primed with a direct metal primer and then a direct to metal paint to help elongate the life of that cistern. The white that you see poking out is the liner for the catchment. And then on top you will see the cover to keep animals and debris from falling in. This is fairly typical in East Hawaii, where homes have this called a catchment system for your water source. The water is collected on the roof of the structure through the piping that comes up into the cistern. Then you have, or catchment tank, and then you have a pump that pumps it into a pressure tank, creating pressure in the system that goes then into the house. It will also go through a series of different filters, ideally a large particulate, a carbon filter, and then a filter to sterilize the water, such as a UV light, so that you can drink and bathe and cook with that water. And some different locations, such as Hilo or Hawaiian beaches, they do have municipal water systems, so you will not be having your own off-grid water. Once again, the big front of this house, we see here that it is secured with a large gate, which in many different neighborhoods, depending on how populated the neighborhood is, you want to consider the security of your property. If it's a neighborhood that is sparsely populated, there are more occasions where bad players can come in and when you're not home, break into a property or vandalize a property. In neighborhoods that are heavily populated, this is not as much of an issue because you have neighbors who can see what's going on your property. Now, it is nice to, of course, have a nice rural setting where you're not seeing a lot of neighbors. But of course, the downside is that you're not having any eyes on that property when you're not home. Going back to the MLS listing, let's take a look here. Now, once again, I said this is in the Fern Forest Vacation Estates. This is an A3A. Now, that is a agricultural 3-acre. And this is, let me take a look here, 3 acres, 528 square feet, built in 2024. The external area, which would be that lanai, is 144 square feet. These are private roads that belong to the neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood, I believe, has a voluntary road maintenance fee to help take care of that. Looking further into this deep dive here, coming to the county records. Now, this is the County for Hawaii Real Property Tax Office page. On this particular page, there's a lot of different information. You can, of course, see here the assessment for tax purposes. The land is assessed by the county for $74,700. The building is $150,700. That brings the total market value up to $225,400. Now, depending whether this is a rental property or this is a primary residence, if it is your primary residence, you will get a break on the total taxable value. Of course, you're going to be paying higher taxes if it's a rental compared to being your primary. And of course, the state of Hawaii gives you further discounts depending on if you're a senior citizen or your actual age. There's a chart that will show you what the discounts for that are. Let me see. You can see here, based on the county information, the actual living space is within a 22 by 24 foot area. You have a 6 by 24 inch lanai, and then of course that green on the right hand side is the concrete slab where your washer and dryer are. Coming further down, actually let's go back to the MLS. Here on the MLS we can pull up a diagram. Now this just shows us a basic map. We can zoom out and see where this property is located in relationship to the rest of the island. Of course, this is East Hawaii. Volcano National Park is right here. Hilo, Hawaii is right here. Coming up, you're looking at Kona over here, Waimea, and Naalehu down here in South Point, which is part of the Keaau district. Zooming back in, let's go to a imagery with labels. You can get a sense, and let's zoom in here. Now this is new construction, so it is not yet on Google Earth. You see one of the neighbors is built out, but otherwise the 4 corners here and the adjacent neighbor, which is a spaghetti lot, are all vacant. So now you can see this is more of a square lot. This particular neighborhood does have 3-acre lots that are just long and skinny. You can see many places they will stagger the homes so they're not necessarily next to each other. Once you get homes kind of pushed further in, they are more than likely going to be off-grid. Simply because it becomes a lot more expensive to bring electricity further into that particular lot. Zooming back out, there of course is our lot. Now you can see here, going a little bit further west, is the Volcano National Park with the caldera where you can occasionally go to see live lava. In 2018, there was a large eruption. You can see that here on the map. Oh, wait, no. Here on the map, this was the eruption in 2018. It inundated this area of Hawaii. This is a much older, and this is within the Hawaii Volcano National Park. Now coming over to show you further the different lava zones. Once again, here is the caldera right here, where there is on occasion active live lava. The ribbon that you see here in gold is lava zone 1. The areas you see here in orange are going to be lava zone 2. Now both of those areas have some restrictions in getting mortgages as well as getting insurance. The red zone where you see this property is located is going to be in lava zone 3. So zooming out a little bit more, you see that there are quite a few areas of lava zone 3. There are areas, as you can see, that are going to be lava zone 1 and 2. The areas in this dark brown are a lava zone 6. Now they're higher simply because there are protrusions or geographic area features that are going to block any lava inundation. Going out to talking about this particular location and different stores and restaurants in the area. The closest is going to be the Kilauea Lodge, Lava Rock Cafe, Tai Tai, the Hawaii True Value Hardware Store, Eagles Lighthouse Cafe, and Hilo Cafe. Coming in, the school districts that serve this particular property has the Mountain View Elementary School, which is approximately 7.3 miles away, the Keaau Middle School, which is 13.1, and the Keaau High School, which is roughly 12.8 miles from this particular property. Going back to the MLS information here. Now this particular property is $330,000. It's sold for that amount, and when we take a look at days on market, this was only on the market for 2 days. So this particular property was priced fairly well. It sold fairly quickly. It is to be said that many properties in the area were built without permits, so they require a 100% cash to make a purchase. If we zoom down over here, we're going to see this particular property. If you look here at the right-hand side of the screen, lists cash, conventional, FHA, USDA, rural development, and VA loans. That means as a homeowner is able to come in with a pre-approval for a loan, and in a second day on the market, made an offer that the seller accepted. So when we take a look, let's go back to some of the other properties that are listed, and let's see here. Now some of these are listed for that's commercial. We have several different land properties. When we look at something that is active, let's pull this up. Once again, this particular property is in Hilo. It is brand new because it just came on the market. So it does not necessarily tell you how well it's priced. But now, depending on how well it's priced, it may either sit there longer or may sell quicker. Going back to under contract, let's just pull one of these up. So here we see this particular house that's over in Hawaiian Paradise Park on the market for $479. Now it has not finished or closed yet. prior to, of course, getting under contract, it had been on the market for 64 days. That's not going to be unusual for this particular market. Well, guys, I hope that you found this information very helpful. If you would like to find out what your property is worth, or you would like to take a look at what properties are currently for sale in Hawaii, on the big island of Hawaii, give me a call, send me a private message, or a comment below. Now, if I missed anything within this neighborhood that you like to share with everyone, go ahead and please comment below. And hui ho, guys. Thank you for shopping.